Hello, today is March 23rd, 2023. We'll do our disclaimer, go over our calls, and make some predictions. It's my trading plan for tomorrow, which is Friday, March 24th, 2023. Please trade at your own risk. I can be completely wrong. But yesterday we looked for the pattern today with the early high. It tends to be a down day with a low in the final hour. We got that. Tomorrow should also have the early high. We viewed this wall into the close as a mark of panic selling. We looked for gapping up sharply, and we had targets in the 4,060s, not all in a day. So we got the gap up. This is the wall with gap pattern. You want the gap to be sharp, at least over this bar, and ideally over the start of the decline. Well, we got the gap over this bar, but we didn't get the ideal situation. Doesn't mean it won't work. It didn't, but we didn't get the ideal situation. We did clear the FOMC announcement price, and this is a resistance area, and once we clear it with authority, little blips up like this don't count. The idea is we're going to go over this price by at least as much as we went under it. Well, that little blip doesn't count. We stalled right at the price and then we dropped. So we still didn't do what we had to do to get the forecast recovery, which I still think is coming. During the day, MEJT said ultimately higher price it would print. We got the minimum. We almost always get more, and we did. Now it says this whole drop is not the real thing. Gives us a target of 39.79.74, and unless we gap down smartly, that's my call. We're still looking for the end of this wave, Magenta B, and I still can't count it as being over. It's even hard to count how this wave is playing out now. The best I can come up with is this, and I'm not totally convinced it's right. We can have an ABC for A, we can have an ABC for B, and the Fibs work if this low holds, and we could have a wave C up, and there is some kind of Fib relationship in the 4060s, but it certainly isn't as clear as I would like it to be. Signals are mixed, so we'll use these rules. Tomorrow's pattern has the early high. Doesn't mean you won't gap down. It's positive there's a higher MEJT target. If you don't gap down smartly, the rules say it prints. We have a diamond on stilts pattern. Here's your stilt. Here's your stilt. Half a diamond's enough. Support under the origin of the left stilt, which is here. And usually, the first test of that support holds. And usually, if it's retested, it fails in grand style. So, when you have the wall with gap pattern, there's support under the low of the wall, and when you have the diamond on stilts pattern, there's support at the origin of the left stilt. And so far, in spite of this big drop, we did close over multiple lows. Still has to be maintained tomorrow, otherwise it doesn't mean a thing. So we have a diamond down stilts pattern, found support under the origin of the left stilt, and today's normally bearish pattern closed positive and rejected the close under prior lows. This is under multiple prior lows, but it's negative. We gapped up, hit a higher high, we closed under intraday highs and even the open's low, and that's not good. So my expectation remains that once we clear the FOMC announcement price with conviction, we should see higher prices. And if that's right, which we don't know yet, but if that happens, we should see the end of wave Magenta B up. and it shouldn't be too long after that. So assuming we get the standard whipsaw, we're looking for wave B to end somewhere perhaps in the 4060s, and then a wave C down to about 3517. But, the further out you go, the less accurate your predictions are. Right now, as far as tomorrow is concerned, signals are mixed. Here are my rules. Tomorrow has the early high, and that's today's call.